So I just speak loudly.
Yes.
Okay.
Just wait for the music to start.
Yep. So after the Grand Marshals?
Yes.
Okay. Will the Grand Marshals now seat the graduates? Good job. Girl. Good evening and welcome to the 130th commencement exercise of Enfield High School as we honor our graduates of the class of 2022. My name is Harry Chavez and I am class president. I will be facilitating this evening's graduation. Carrying the American flag is Ryan Turner, who is joining the U.S. Air Force. Carrying the state flag is Mason White, who is also entering the U.S. Air Force. They are led by Lieutenant Colonel Richard Fairley, our United States Air Force Academy Liaison Officer. I would now like to ask you to please stand and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I now invite the senior choir to come forward to sing the national anthem.
thanks you and your classmates for your choice to serve this great nation. Dismissed.
Grand Marshals, at this time, please seat the graduates.
So you may be seated.
Tonight is a joyful celebration in which we recognize the accomplishments of our graduating class. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for the students. I ask for your cooperation so that we can make this a truly dignified ceremony for the class of 2022. Please remain in your seats for the entire program so that you don't obstruct someone's view. Thank you. Before we continue with the program, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize a few people who have joined us here this evening. Mrs. Tina LeBlanc, Chairperson of the Enfield Board of Education. Mr. Scott Ryder, Vice Chairman of the Enfield Board of Education. Mr. John LeBlanc, Secretary. I would also like to thank the Board of Education members, Mrs. Jean Acree, Dr. Gerald Callan, Miss Janet Cushman, Mr. Joshua Hamry, Mrs. Amanda Pickett, and Mr. John Ungeyer. Also, Mayor Bob Crisati and Deputy Mayor Gina Kalakli. Superintendents of Schools, Mr. Christopher Drezick. Assistant Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Andrew Longley. Chief Academic Advisor, Ms. Michelle Middleton. Director of Pupil Services, Julie Carroll. Chief Information Officer, Mr. Guy Barassa. Director of Educational Equity, Altressa Blackwell. Principal, Miss Erin Clark. Assistant Principals, Mr. Connell Clark and Mrs. Laura Gagnon. My lovely 12th grade dean, Mrs. Patty Nelson. And our great class of 2021 advisors, Mrs. Mary Grout, Mrs. Amy Novak. Members of the Enfield High School faculty, valedictorian of the class of 2022, Sam Chen. And the salutatorian of the class of 2002, Carolyn Edwards. And parents and honored guests. At this time, we would like to pay a special tribute to all the graduates who plan to enter the armed forces. Would all the graduates planning to enter the armed forces rise so we can properly recognize your commencement to serve our country? You may be seated. So this is where I give my speech. Thank you. So I'd like to first start off by giving my gratitude to the Board of Education and the Enfield High staff for allowing me to deliver this speech and watch me go through the 5 stages of grief. I know we're all sitting here questioning whether or not this is real, most likely in denial, but most of us are at different stages because we're graduating, like actually graduating. But hopefully we all reach acceptance and conclude that this is a beautiful moment, not just one of sorrow. As for me, I'm not quite there yet. I'm sure you will see some tears throughout this, but this wouldn't be the first time I've nearly cried in front of my classmates. When I was a freshman, I had English with the one and only Mrs. Merritt. One day, she read us her favorite poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay. She told us it was her favorite poem, a poem that she held dear to her. As she read, I remember sitting there in a melancholy state, not sure whether to cry or simply to just sit in silence. I didn't know she would be retiring that year, and sometimes I'd wish I had told her how much that poem meant to me. The idea of having these big moments, the little moments, the friendships, the arguments, the good and the bad days, they're all gold, our gold. These are the things we cherish, the things we continue on with, the things that hold value, the things that always change. It's easy to lose sight of the little things, especially when they are not desired endings. But we must appreciate the gold for what it was, for what it was able to give, whether that be grand or not. We never take that gold for granted. I'm often reminded of that melancholy feeling from that day, not only because of the emotion Mrs. Merritt read with, but the confusion that once drowned me has now become a form of clarity. I've learned to be grateful for the things I cannot control. There's peace in knowing that there's things that we can't control. It's inevitable that some things are lost, that some memories are forgotten, that some things are tarnished, that some things are given up. Therefore, we must treasure our experiences in bloom, whether they be good or bad, they're all gold. In order to truly endure, we must first feel. To feel every grand or trivial thing that is given to you, whether that be leaving your camera on by accident during online school, or walking to the wrong classroom that clearly was not thrilled with your presence. We must feel every little thing. Though we may not fully understand our feelings at first, we take that wonder to find ways to understand them. I encourage you to not stray away from the bad days, but to feel every bad day you encounter in order to truly appreciate every good day you obtain. We've all been faced with struggles. I mean, I'm sure our teachers can attest to our bi-weekly breakdowns once or twice. Our hearts and our bodies are only given to us once. With that, I hope you go through every emotion so that you are never left with the idea of how something would feel. We are only given so many moments in life, so many words, confronted with so many questions, but so little time. Embrace what makes you feel, embrace what makes you different. Don't feel ashamed for going your own way. Take it from me, a high school senior that dresses like a grandpa every day. So ask yourself this: what kind of person do I want to be? Is it in the interest of yourself or the interest of others? There's a sense of irony that comes with graduating. We are expected to have our whole lives figured out at 18. No experience at all, we're just expected to know. Though we know that not to be true, there's one thing that can be true. Even if we can't be certain about everything in our future, we can be certain about the people we want to be. We go through every day uncertain about what is in store for tomorrow, left with the anxiety of when the day will end. What most people don't realize is that there is peace in knowing the end of day is there. As I said before, you should never wait for the things you desire. But even if you feel so lost in the many hours of day, always remember that there is an end to that day. And sometimes that's all we need to feel found. We've been told the best things in life come with time, which is a clear contradiction because time moves continually forward. I'm sure when we were freshmen, we thought time moved slow. Yet sitting here now, we realize how wrong we truly were, even if we wish we were right. Time is a concept, but time will never confine us from our true potential. My family used to always tell me in hard times, "Si se puede," which translates to, "Yes, you can." Great people are never expected, they're proven. So don't wait. Prove to the world that you are capable. Prove to the world that you are laudable. Prove to yourself that you can do the unexpected. Thank you. At this time, I would like to introduce Enfield High School salutatorian of the class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Carolyn Edwards.
Welcome, friends, family, teachers, administrators, Board of Ed members, Town Council members, Superintendent Mr. Chris Dresik, Central Office personnel, and the graduating class of 2022. I am honored and happy to be able to be with you all to celebrate this wonderful event of our high school graduation. We are all here, sitting together, connected forever through this experience today. I would like to tell you about an Asian legend which shows how we are all undetectably linked. The legend goes like this. An invisible red thread is tied to everyone's finger at birth, and at the other end of the red thread is attached to the people we are destined to meet. The people connected by this thread become part of each other's story, giving meaning and purpose to our lives. It extends outwards to the significant and seemingly insignificant others. Our threads could connect us to friends, teachers, teammates, mentors, and even those who do not seem to be important to us at the time. The red threads are given at birth, and we weave them together ourselves throughout our life. They can get tangled or stretched, but will never break. Why did I want to tell you this legend? Well, throughout high school, we were encouraged to get involved with sports or clubs and activities, to be connected and develop relationships with our peers and administration, perhaps to develop our red thread connections. On March 13th, 2020, they told us to take home everything we needed for the weekend, which ended up being an extremely long weekend, 5 months to be exact. Our connections to classmates and teachers were on iPads during those months. It was a difficult and challenging period in our lives, especially for those taking AP Calculus, trying to learn how to calculate how many squirrels would be planning to attack the United States in 6 years. If you know, you know. But we overcame the remote learning, mask, social distancing, and unfortunate quarantines. And because we are resilient, we untangled the red threads and went on to live our final high school year to the fullest. Our Eagles were back on the field. We heard live music again from chorus, band, and orchestra. Robotics went to competitions. Our annual art show was able to highlight our talented student artists, while we sampled delicious soup prepared by our culinary department, and all our various clubs assembled again. We were able to have a pep rally, and we sung our hearts out to Sweet Caroline. We had an outdoor homecoming dance where Chris Seal boogied it out on the dance circle. We were able to have prom where we danced, sang, and laughed, where ironically, our theme was masquerade. We went to High Meadow and spent an entire day playing badminton, mini golf, basketball, beach volleyball, swimming, and just hanging out, all while splurging on unlimited free food and drinks. We had a fun class night at Twin Hills and complained about how our hands hurt from writing in everyone's yearbooks. We were able to have our end of the year mat ball tournament where my team, Pooker Prep, took home the trophy, led by our amazing team captain, Matt Spruill, and our MVP, Drew Rancourt. And of course, we also endured the various social media pages calling attention to our bad parking skills, a guessing game of whose shoes are these in the bathroom stall, our power naps in class, and hallway roamers who were out and about during class periods. Well, maybe a few months of isolation at home was not too bad after all. Is it really a high school graduation without a train interrupting our speech? Should I wait?
You can wait, yeah.
Okay. It was a short one. Experiencing the pandemic in our high school years stretched and tangled our invisible red threads, but our connections were never broken. We appreciated the in-person contact more than ever when we came back. Dealing with isolation showed us how important those personal connections were, are, and will be in the future. When I look out at all of you, I visualize those invisible red threads tying us together at Enfield High's graduating class of 2022. If I look closely, I can see my red threads that I pulled closest to me. I have known Lindsay since kindergarten, with whom I played soccer and field hockey with over a decade. At JFK, I found my best friends Eliza and Jordan. On the field hockey field, I connected with many talented players and Coach Novak. On the tennis court, I met more special teammates and Coach Barnes. And most recently, a newly discovered red thread connected me with an incredibly special individual named Reed. I also see my aunts and uncles, my grandmother, and our close family friends. But there is one red thread, the most precious one, which connected me to my parents, my forever family. For without that red thread, I would not be here giving this speech. Thank you for always cheering me on through life and being the support I can always count on. I would not be where I am today without you all in my life, and I love you guys. After tonight, when we walk across the stage and receive our well-deserved diplomas, we will set off on our separate ways. While we may not see many of you again in person, we are connected and will forever be influenced by each other's thoughts, actions, and feelings. So if there's one thing I want you to take away from this speech, it is to realize the importance of being connected to those around you. It is possible that some of you here are thinking you did not make many connections in high school, while for others, you believe you made many. But no matter how you feel, I urge you to go out, pull those red threads closer, and connect with those people who add meaning to your life, who will help you find your way, to help you reach your fullest potential, and who will embrace and love you for who you are. Class of 2022, congratulations and best of luck in the future. Thank you for being a part of my life and for being my red threads. Thank you.
Nice job. On behalf of the State of Connecticut General Assembly, an official citation introduced by Senator John Kissel, Representative Tom Arnone, and Representative Carol Hall, be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Carolyn Edwards in recognition of being named salutatorian of the Enfield High School class of 2022. And we'll see our parents now.
At this time, I would like to introduce the valedictorian of the class of 2022 who will give the valedictory address. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Sam Chen.
Thank you, Harry. Good evening. I'd like to once again welcome our families, faculty, Board of Education, and last but not least, the sea of cap and gowns we call our students. It is truly my honor tonight to be up here on stage and to give this speech. Before I move along to deliver the traditionally forward-facing address, I would like to congratulate the Enfield High students of 2022. We are graduates tonight. Just let that sink in. Your long nights of tedious studying have finally paid off. Sincerely, we worked hard, but for some of us, always remember that Professor Quizlet worked harder. On a more serious note, as much as this ceremony is a celebration, it is also a time of self-reflection. It is a time to accept and understand the past 4 years of your life and to look forward to the future, but it is also a time to look within. As you students head off to your next venture in life, I pose to you an elusive question. How will you use your education? At this point, I'm supposed to tell you a simple, elegiac story of what to do and what not to do through each of the muddled avenues of life. But honestly, there are more people educated, more qualified to give you those insights. Although I can offer advice on what I've learned through my friends, family, and teachers throughout the years of my experience within and without the education system. From the teachers, I've learned to go through life with thinking. Yes, it is necessary to often, quote, live in the moment, But it is only when we look back and reflect on what we have gone through when we can realize how it has impacted us and possibly changed how we act for the better or worse. I've learned to think how, why, and the impacts of the fashion system on our generation. It is often difficult to change your mindset, but for one tidbit of knowledge I've come to embrace is to acknowledge your id, or as I like to think of it, little, almost primal voice in your head, who leaps onto anything it sees. This id almost acts like your default setting and will change yourself. In fact, a lot of people like to blame being themselves as their id. But honestly, we are just young adults. We don't know who we are. We're just teenagers just graduating. So in that case, I'd like to argue that sometimes you really shouldn't be yourself. Now hold on a second. I know I go against everything you know, but what do I mean by this? I mean, don't limit yourself to your constraints that you set up in an attempt to define yourself. Break out of that box. Explore the world that is you. A second train, mandatory train for graduation. But exciting the prospect of the future is, tonight we celebrate you, graduates. When you leave tonight, it is with my hope that all of you take some time to reflect and that I've had some positive impact upon your lives. Thank you, class of 2022, and remember, it begins with us.
Good job, Sammy. Just step to the right for a second. Nice job. On behalf of the State of Connecticut General Assembly, an official citation introduced by John Kissel, Representative Tom Arnone, Representative Carol Hall. Be it hereby known to all that the Connecticut General Assembly offers its sincerest congratulations to Sam Chen in recognition of being named valedictorian of the Enfield High School class of 2022. Congratulations. Present to your parents.
And now to present the class of 2022, please help me in welcoming Enfield High School Principal, Ms. Erin Clark.
Graduates of the class of 2022, look around at the thousands of people in attendance today, and it is clear that graduating high school is one of the most important milestones that we celebrate as a community. This is an exciting moment as we look fondly back at your achievements and look forward to all the possibilities. Graduation ceremonies often include a piece where adults offer young people advice, but I would prefer to reflect on what we have learned from you. Many will say that wisdom comes with age, but those who work in education will tell you that we learn from youth all the time. As adults, we sometimes forget things that young people know instinctively. One of the lessons we have learned from this class is that life is about more than just survival. It's about thriving. Psychologists have identified key elements that impact a person's ability to thrive, and one of those elements is to find activities that engage you in ways that are profoundly captivating. There is a concept called flow that describes a state of optimal engagement, where individuals become completely absorbed in what they are doing and they experience a sense of timelessness. Students in this graduating class have shown us how to thrive by getting into this flow state. You may think of Kai Saucier Drygren, one of this class's most talented artists, as she loses all track of time working on a painting. Or you may think of Eric Steele, a star tech ed student, as he meticulously finishes a treasured woodworking project. Or even Acer Farah, one of your class philosophers, engrossed in deep thought as he ponders an original concept for the book he plans to write. Kai, Eric, and Acer are not acting so that they can post about it later on social media. They are not acting because it accomplishes any end at all. They are performing an action simply because they enjoy doing it. The class of 2022 also taught us how to thrive by serving a need or cause greater than oneself. Stephen Isherwood, a talented guitar player who plans to study music business in college, is already performing for professional venues. Stephen shared with me that he finds great fulfillment in entertaining others. When he speaks about his love for music, he mentions a sense of purpose larger than himself. He remarked, "If I can make someone's day, that is rewarding. In that moment, I know what I'm doing is right." Other graduates found a sense of purpose by raising awareness around various issues. Students in our diversity club, like Emma Rubin, found purpose by drawing attention to injustice and educating others on respecting different cultures. Student leaders in our unified sports program, like Johnny White, devoted hours on end to helping students with disabilities and building awareness around inclusion. The class of 2022 taught us that finding a sense of purpose greater than yourself is a great way to add meaning to one's life. This class also taught us about how connecting with others is a key aspect of thriving. Erin Pellegrini, a standout in our school plays, spoke with me about how music and drama helped her find a group of like-minded people where she felt seen and valued. I spoke to student athlete Tiffany Lubansky about what brings her happiness and expected her to talk about softball, where she dominates from the pitcher's mound. She surprised me when she said it was school that brought her happiness. While she unapologetically declared that she loved math, she said what she loved even more was the energy in the building. She loved the staff that greeted her each day in the halls and the teachers who were understanding when students were going through hard times. For Tiffany and many others, what matters most are the relationships and social connections. This class has taught us what matters most is a sense of community. We are very lucky to have such a supportive community here in Enfield. Look around today and you will find caring and devoted teachers and educators alongside selfless parents and family members. Class of 2022, you will always have a home in this community, and we hope you find new, welcoming, and supportive communities as you continue your journey. On behalf of all educators at EHS, we have enjoyed teaching you, but we also want to thank you for all the ways you have taught us. Superintendent Drezek, it is with great pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2022.
Please help me to welcome our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Christopher Drezek.
You can admit it, nobody believed me it wasn't going to rain at 7 o'clock. It's not our first rodeo, right, Ms. Clark? Good evening. So every year around late May, early June, when people start thinking about graduation, I'll always get the same few questions from everyone that I run into. The first one is, do you have any extra tickets? So I now have a deeper appreciation for the scalpers you see at sporting events. And the second is, are you going to keep the speeches short? So to the class of 2022, there it is, there's always one. My gift to you is I will be as brief as possible. However, I can't let the opportunity pass to give just a few words of advice to a graduating class, since it's not often that I'll actually have your full attention. But keep in mind that this is a very difficult task, because I am completely self-aware that no one here is interested in anything I have to say. But it wasn't supposed to be a joke. I'm kidding. But typically, commencement speeches are usually filled with quotes from famous historical figures, meant to inspire you as you head off into this next phase of your life. And as I thought about what quotes I could share with you, I actually started thinking about the advice that I was given many years ago as I was graduating from high school, just like you are today. And to be completely honest, I don't remember a thing. So instead of using someone else's words, I actually started thinking about what I would say to an 18-year-old version of myself, sitting in a cap and gown to my left and to my right, with hopes that maybe it would resonate with all of you. But once I got past the obvious things to my young self, like go easy on your buddies who are Red Sox fans, because like 11 years from now, they'll remember how bad you were to them. Or even weird things like the telephone that we used to love on the Jetsons, and you guys can ask your parents what the Jetsons are. That actually happens, except it's called FaceTime. Or there's going to be a guy named Harry Styles that's going to be wicked popular. But he's just the British version of Bon Jovi, and he'll never be as cool. Right, Miss Winans? But the truth is, most of the real advice I would give a younger version of myself hasn't really aged as much as I have. I would tell myself simply, just look around tonight. This accomplishment is more than just a diploma. It's the experience that you all went through together. So as you take pictures with your friends and your classmates later, and then you head off for Safe Grad, you'll all swear to each other that you're going to be friends forever and you're going to stay in touch. Well, life happens. People grow up, they go their separate ways, and that's okay. But you guys have the power to stay connected, not just with your Wi-Fi, to each other. So no matter what journey life takes you on, you will always have this thing in common. You are members of the Enfield High School class of 2022. You don't realize this now, probably because most of you can't wait to get out of here, and again, that's totally normal. But as you get older, you'll come to realize that not just how special this time is in your life, but how special the people that you grew up with are. So my advice to you is simple. Don't wait for the reunion. Don't wait for the wedding or something else. Stay a part of each other's lives, because locations and geography will change, but the bond that you guys have will last forever. I don't know many things, but I can promise there will come a time when you run into an old classmate, and whether it's been 2 months or 20 years since the day you've seen them last, it will be like you just saw that person the day before. I'm not making this up. They even write good songs about it. Google up Glory Days by Bruce Springsteen. Your parents will help you with that too. But this stuff is real. See, when you're older, you try to relive the best parts of your life, but you don't really have to. They're right in front of you. So the class of 2022, my hope is that you'll all enjoy the moment, that you'll appreciate each other, you'll stay in each other's lives, and even though I took a dig at him earlier, this guy Harry Styles does make a good point. You treat people with kindness. Although everything up to this point has been about your futures, don't forget to enjoy the present. You don't need to be old to do it. And I'm going to give you one last gift before I go, and that is you can all join with me as we watch Miss Clark freak out, because you know how she likes to keep things in order, and I'm going rogue. That's my gift. As most of you know, today is a stressful day, and I am looking at your families, and I know it's more stressful for them as well. I can promise you that today and the days leading up to it, there was no one under any more stress than your principal, Miss Clark. And although there are many people behind the scenes and that are up on the stage and in the audience that came together to make this day special for all of you, I pick on Miss Clark because the reality is if this went horribly wrong, she would take the blame. But when it goes terribly well, she won't take any of the credit. So I want to thank Ms. Clark. I know what goes into doing all this, and I ask you guys as you leave, don't forget to say a quick word of appreciation to Ms. Clark and all the amazing team at Enfield High School for making sure that you guys had the best possible graduation as you can. With that said, you can relax now, Ms. Clark. I'm actually done. I promised I'd keep it simple, so simply, congratulations, good luck, we wish you the best. Members of the Enfield Board of Education, by the authority bestowed upon me by the state of Connecticut, I do here certify that the class of 2022 has successfully met or exceeded all of the requirements prescribed by the Connecticut State Board of Education and the Enfield Board of Education. Chairwoman LeBlanc, I recommend the awarding of diplomas.
And now, for the presentation of the diplomas, please help me welcome the chairperson of the Enfield Board of Education, Mrs. Tina LeBlanc.
Hello, everyone. As the chair of the Board of Education, I am honored to be standing before this graduating class of 2022. Since the pandemic, we spend a lot of time speaking of before COVID. Tonight, I don't want to speak of the past. Although you endured and overcame adversity and hardships half of your high school career with tenacity and pretty fearless. Tonight, I want to speak of your future and the path you take. When you finally reach senior year in high school, the repetitive question of, what are you doing after high school begins? You did not need to know this answer immediately. You see, As young adults starting a new chapter post-high school, it's okay to not know the answer to, what are you doing after high school? Sometimes you don't know until you try things, whether it be entering the workforce, a trade, or college, all of which are just as important as one another. How can we really know we are on the right path without having any experience on a path besides Enfield High School? There are many paths you will take after you graduate. Some will go straight into the horizon, while some will have detours and unexpected curves. This is all okay. Those detours and unexpected curves can teach us so much about life. Also, when your path curves, or you are on a detour, or the path to the horizon becomes an uphill climb, know that you have people in your lives who support you, love you, and believe in you. It is okay to make mistakes as long as you learn from them and let them stay in the past. Lastly, we should all try to live by the motto, be kind. One thing I have learned is that we are not always kind to ourselves. We are our own biggest critic. Being kind to yourself is important. Give yourself permission to be kind to yourself. It can be a hard task because many of us feel we don't deserve it. If you feel this way, then work to realize you do deserve it. Focus on one positive thing about yourself a day. Doing this every day can change your mindset long term. Give yourself credit for how far you've come, learn from your setbacks, but don't let them hold you back. And most importantly, talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love. To end with a quote, our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius. Congratulations to the graduates of the class of 2022. Thank you.
I now invite Mrs. Gagnon, Mrs. Nelson, and Mr. Clark Ford to read the names.
Sam Chen. Carolyn May Edwards. Harry Chavez Rosales. Maham Aftab. Ashley Michelle Alfano. Eliza Alicea. Kyle Patrick Aluconis. Fritz Carly Andre. Jaslyn Alexis Aponte Lee. Justin Arnold. Avery Grace Aslin. Ryan Thomas Aubie. Rachel Elizabeth Belargin. Christopher Matthew Banks. Kayla Parmalee Barksdale. Trevon Barnett. Jacqueline Grace Barrow. Samantha Paige Berry. Colin Bartholomew. Isaiah Hayes Bartlett. Alyssa Murrin Bennett. Amaya Danielle Bennett. Sophia Rose Benvenuto. Desalis Barrios Soto. Caitlin Nicole Birdsey. Morgan Jennifer Blott.
I'm sorry, I'm creeping you out.
Alexander Bogdan. Sadie Bovin. Angeritza Nicole Bowlerin. Carter Allen Bouchard. Joseph Alexander Bouchard. Shelby Boucher. Jacob Michael Boudreau. Jiren Miguel Bowen. Melissa Renee Bauer. Madison Ann Bowley. Angelina Brewster. Zachary Bracuglio. Asha Brown. Aylin Francis Buckley. Giovanni Maurice Buonaducci. Adam Burkholder. Chase Eugene Bouvelat. Gina Pauline Bouvelat. Sean Michael Campbell. Jaden Jace Canini. Abigail Elizabeth Capiello. Courtney Carleen. Mia Carmichael. Alexis Carnero. Haley Ann Carr. Abigail Rose Carrier. Haley Grace Cassidy. Ashley Castellan. Brianna Lynn Chasen. Hunter Lawrence Chambers. Cameron Michael Chattel. Matthew John Shorvat. Michael Christmas. Christopher Coder. Riley Jordan Cohen. Amber Marie Comfrey. Benjamin Ethan Cosby. Christopher Corville. Kyle Stewart Cox. Shane Michael Courier. Jessica Cussin. Cassandra Connie DeCruz. Evan James Cameron Daly. Connor John Davis. Jaden Brown Davis. Emily DeGray. Kaylee DeGray. Ethan Fisher DeRocher. Parker Dinsdale. Bryce David DePiro. Monica Marie DePiro. Mia Bella Lynn DePietro. Noah Christopher Dumaney. Liberty Tam Nu Duong. Nariana Eason. Matthew John Eckenroth.
After Kaylee Noah.
Tamara Angeli Edwards. Kayleen Marie Ellis. Ali Elsabal. Ryan Patrick Fairbanks. Acer Ishmael Farah. Ashlyn McNamara Ferris. Merrick Elijah Agour Farran. Dominic Ryan Fine. Brandon Fisher. Madeline Fleming. Alyssa Lee Foley. Darren Devon Fort. Cassandra Marie Fortune. Ashton Fournier. Jared Jacob Fox. Amber Foy. Alexandra Laura Freeman. Dale Matthew Fuller. Amaya Lynn Garcia.
Meadow Gates. Spencer Gates. Haley Lee Jenko. Trinity Giordani. Erica Gerard. Colin Golden. Nicholas Ryan Gonzalez. Marissa Ann Grinick. Becca Halpin. Mohammed Hamida. Sydney Hamry. Megan Thea Hayes. John Henneberger. Declan Thomas Higgins. Meredith K. Higgins. Nicholas Hinckley. Savannah Holmes. Lucy Hopping. Spencer Robert Hoskins. Amber Howe. Aiden Samuel Howell. Maximus Hurtado. Jillian Sophia Ide. Stephen Ralph Isherwood. Arbe Sido Isaac. Talia Jackson. Ashley Marie James. Tajon James. Drew Alexander Johnson. Parker James Johnson. Andrew James Jones. Hunter Jones. Jackie Jones. Samuel Robert Jordan. Olivia Austin Cana. Patrick Thomas Carney. Daniel Thomas Kellum. Nathan Edward Kennerson. Cody Curtenis. Brendan Seamus Kinney. Thomas Brian Michael Kluntz. Allie Koch. Dominic Michael Kohler. Hatsper Kurgan. Joseph Normand William LaJoy. Jack Ryan Landry. Taylor Larice. Caleb Gabriel Laureano. Dylan Lawson. Colin Stephen LeBlanc. Michaela Nicole LeBlanc. Anna Leach. Sarah Maeve LeDuc. Matthew Joseph LeDuc. Derek Joseph LeHoulier. David Peter Lima. Emma Elizabeth Lincoln. Lorenzo Lorenz Little. Nicolette Anne Marie Lopez. Charlene Nellis Lopez. Tiffany Renee Lebansky. Kaylee Lynn Luke. Christina Marie Mamano. Isabella Deanna Maniskolke. Chase Manning Brown. Megan Gertrude Marcotte. Maxon Martin. Xavier Louis Matos. Jaden Taylor Maynard. Sarah Nicole McCarthy. Rachel Denise McCoy. Robert Charles McNally. Juan Antonio Melendez. JJ Merrill. Declan Mulvaney Messier. Ethan Robert Messier. Shelby Miller. Alyssa Michelle Miner. Robert Vincent Moeller. Emily Morace. Braxton Mole. Tanasia Viola Murchison. Isabella Mercia Salazar. Donovan Murphy. Alyssa Musco. Tyrell Neal. Louis Nguyen. Anthony Thomas Nope. Rebecca Ann Noyes. Rana Obadallah. Anthony Logan Okraska. Carly Joan Oppenheimer. Grace Miriam Ostrander. Kira Elizabeth Olette. Janaya Michelle Padilla. Devin Robert Paradise. Dylan Elizabeth Parrott. Emma Lynn Peterson. Angelia Stacy Pierce. Erin Elizabeth Pellegrini. Jamie Pereira.
Geraldo Perez Jr. Colby Allen Perkins. Zachary Perry. Taylor Madeline Phelps. Orchid Sky Pitkin. Lilia Elizabeth Palmatier. Emily Elizabeth Porcello. Zoe Inez Powell. Zachary Thomas Pryor. Mackenzie Jordan Provost. Do Dang Kwang. Faria Z. Qureshi. Sky Reset. Joseph David Razowitz. Drew Michael Rancourt. Heidi Rands. Andres Rezon. Riley Jane Ream. Cassidy Rhodes. Pamela Ricardo. Eilish Janelle Rivera. Jocelyn Rivera. Nasir Robinson. Mackenzie Bernadette Rogers. Jasmine Rose Rodriguez. Cassandra Marie Roebuck. Alexia Rojas. Aiden Rossi. Brandon Rowe. Emma Jane Rubin. Courtney Marie Ryan. Chelsea Lynn Ryburn. Ashley Salcido. Cecilia Elise Salerno. Savannah Ann Sanders. Destiny Michaela Santos. Danica Leanne Soros. Kai Saucier Drygen. Avery Saunders. Riley K. Saunders. Matthew Ryan Scaife. Julian Michael Schultz. Madeline Jane Sears. Christopher Ryan Seal. Luke Thomas Samani. Faiza Shahid. Jason Sharp. Emma Renee Sherman. Carly Schultz. Marissa Noel Silva. Asia Marie Smith. Monique Smith. Sebastian Jane Smith. Jonathan Snellgrove. Brian Paul Sabansky. Matthew Vincent Spruill. Hadley St. George DeGray. Caitlin Paige Stanizzi. Michaela Lynn Stoffer. Olivia Ray Stebbins. Eric William Steele. Kylie Deslin Stone. Nicholas Stover. Kirsten Marie Strout. Lindsay Suggs. Julia Elizabeth Zivit. Nikola Tarnowitz. Joshua Scott Tetro. Ty Justin Thibodeau. Tyler Timothy Thibodeau. Jordan Marie Timmy. Deani Torres. Ethan Torres. Michaela Trowbridge. Caleb Tuitt. Jacob Turcott. Ryan Scott Turner. Mackenzie Lynn Tweedale. Jasmine Lee Eurykio Pagan. Reed Vasherakoop. Emily Vandal. Madison Rose Vayu. Benjamin Otto Violet. Olivia Walsh. Peyton Elizabeth Wazleski. Genesis White. John Robert White. Mason White. Tomei Demetria White. Brianna Williams. Everett Bryant Willoughby. Shannon Veronica Wilson. Jack Michael Winans. Emma Rose Wachowski. Ashley Woodson. Jordan Madison Warnecki. Tyson Ming Zong. Shaima Yunus. Yasmin Yunus. Abigail Young. Quinn Jeffrey Zigmont. Matthew Thomas St. Louis.
Good. At this time, will the Grand Marshals please have the graduates stand? Graduates, please make sure that your tassel is placed on the right side of your cap. At this time, please move your tassel from the right side of your cap to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, as my last official act as class president, may I present to you the graduated class of 2022! Thank you to all our guests for sharing our commencement. Have a great night.
Apparently Connell doesn't read the signs.
Was a hot mic, remember that.
Good job.
My first speech. I only have one more to get.
Good, how about you?